Hi everyone, SaberD here, and we're back for part 13 of Let's Play Broken Sword Shadow of the Templars, the director's cut. Alright, so in the last video we finally got to meet Jacques Marquet, and he told us some very interesting information about what's going on with this whole Knights Templar mystery. But we're back at Nico's apartment, and let's see what she has to say.
I found Jacques Marquet.
Did he talk?
Yeah, he talked. For the very last time.
He's dead.
Yeah, killed in cold blood by a bogus doctor.
That's despicable.
I hate it when that
What
happens.
kind of guy would pass himself off as a doctor and take advantage of a dying man? Was it Khan?
No, I don't know who he was, but it certainly wasn't Khan. He got away, out the window.
Whoa, that's really creepy looking. And how did he get out the window? I guess it must have been on the first floor, but unless he like jumped and leapt out, that would have been interesting. But anyway.
Have you ever heard of the Hashishian?
No.
Marquet said that they were his biggest enemy.
His biggest enemy was the bogus doctor.
Oh?
Don't remind me. That guy was evil. He had wild, staring eyes like a dead fish. I'll never trust a doctor again. Do you think the assassin was responsible for killing Marquet?
I don't think so. He could have finished him off the first time. Besides, Marquet would have recognized him.
He was pumped to the gills with sedatives. He wouldn't have recognized the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse unless they'd introduced themselves.
Well, I guess we could show her the pump.
That is not a good idea.
Yeah, so yeah, that's about it. I mean, we could look at this manuscript, but
I guess I'd better go back and talk to that weirdo.
Which one? Rousseau or Sergeant Mou? Oh, but you're referring to André.
I'll let you work it out.
huh. Well, where should we go? We can go to the Musée Croon to talk to André, or we can go to the Poste de Police. Let's just see what they have to say. Ooh, kind of creepy music.
Sergeant Mou?
Yes.
I'd like to report an assault.
Yes, monsieur. Where is the victim?
I'm the victim.
I
That happened a long time
Outside the
ago.
hotel, they stopped.
Could you just...
One look, their name.
Well, yeah, not much.
See you later, Sergeant.
Okay, that was a complete waste of time, but well. Let's just... Yeah, I guess we have to go to the Musée Croon. Aha! Who is this? He's bent over.
He was a thin-faced, pallid guy with a questionable taste in outlandish clothes. My mother used to dress like that.
Maybe it is his mother.
I beg your pardon. Are you André
Or
Lobineau?
maybe not.
That's me. You want my autograph?
No. I was told you may be able to help me.
Help?
My name
Help?
is George
Oh,
Stobart.
jeez.
I'd like your professional opinion.
Well, okay. Shoot.
Ooh, a lot to talk about.
Does the name Montfaucon mean anything to you?
Sure. It was the most grisly spectacle in Paris until the Revolution.
A public toilet?
Montfaucon was the place of execution for many thousands. A dark temple of death, with row upon row of arches, each one framing a grim exhibit. Scores of rotting corpses swung on creaking rope, while the crows devoured their flesh.
That explains the image of the hanged man.
Look how
I
excited he
found a
looks.
reference
He's
to
like
Montfaucon
smiling.
in
Ooh,
Ireland, in a
rotted
village called
corpses?
Lochmarn.
Lochman. That's where Pegram was digging.
That's right. He'd left the excavation before I arrived. Do you know Pegram well?
Not really. I met him at a conference. I would have liked to talk to him in depth, but I didn't have time.
When was this?
Oh, back in the summer, July, I think.
July.
I'd like your opinion on a medieval manuscript.
Vraiment? Do you have it with you?
No, it's too fragile. And besides, there are certain people who'd stop at nothing to get their hands on it.
Intriguing. Do you have a copy of the text?
There isn't much. Only a few Latin phrases. I was kind of hoping you'd help decipher the pictures.
Without seeing the manuscript, that's a tall order.
Just tell me one thing. What does the image of two men riding on the same horse suggest to you?
Knights
The
Templar.
Knights Templar.
Duh.
Does the Templar seal appear on this manuscript? I'd love to see that for myself.
The manuscript is being looked after by a friend.
In Paris?
Yeah, not far from here, in fact.
Well, just give me the address and I'll come round and take a look.
I'm not so sure about that. Maybe I should check with her first.
A female friend?
Yeah, she's a woman. This friend who has the manuscript,
Oui, the anonymous girlfriend.
she lives at 361 Rue Jarry.
Wait,
I know
I
it well.
thought he was just
I'll
gonna
drop
say he was
by
gonna check on her. What?
just as soon
That
as
doesn't make any sense. Oh well.
Can you tell me anything about the Knights Templar?
I sure can, Georgie. Soldiers, diplomats, mercenaries, monks, bankers, you name it, the Templars fit the bill. The greatest fighting force in Christendom, the militia of Christ.
Jeez.
The militia of Christ.
How did the Templars get their name?
From the building in which they set up their headquarters. The King of Jerusalem gave them part of a mosque on the Temple Mount. It was said to have been the site of the original Temple of Solomon.
Ooh.
The order became known first as the Knights of the Temple and later as the Knights Templar.
You're a mine of information, Andre.
Glad to be of help, Georgie.
Oh, Georgie's calling me Georgie.
How come the Templars became so wealthy?
There was a constant stream of new recruits to their ranks, many from noble families. They were required to swear a sacred oath of poverty, chastity, and obedience. So, their money, goods, and lands were donated to the order. The Templars soon held land in France, Scotland, England, Spain, most of Europe, in fact. The poor Knights of Christ became the wealthiest power in Christendom.
Is it true the treasure of the Knights Templar was never found?
Who knows? So little knowledge of what really happened remains. Or if it does, the truth has never been made public.
What do you mean by that?
The Templars have attained mythological status, like the King Arthur of the Britons. There are people even now who say the Templars still exist.
Do you think that's likely?
No, not for a minute.
I think you ought to know that the tripod is going to be stolen.
The Lochman tripod? No.
It's true. I can give you a description of the thieves.
Before the supposed event has taken place,
Ooh.
I heard them planning the raid.
they're wasting their time. The tripod is protected by a state-of-the-art alarm system.
Well, don't say I didn't warn you. Why don't you loan the tripod to me for safekeeping?
Because I'd never see it again.
Don't you trust me?
It's not a question of trust, George. That tripod is hundreds of years old and extremely fragile.
I get your point. Have you ever heard of the Hashshashin?
Why, yes, it was a radical Muslim sect whose name became synonymous with murder.
Huh.
It was formed in 11th century Persia, shortly before the Crusades.
At roughly the same time as the Templars.
Yes, they gave a new word to our language, Assassini, the assassins.
Oh. So Hashshashin is where assassin comes from? That's pretty interesting. And I like how he's like, oh, the Hashshashin are a murderous sect of Muslims. I mean, I guess maybe that's what they were, but weren't the Templars like murderers and Christian murderers? I don't know. Oh well.
How did the assassins get their name?
From the legends surrounding the secrets of their initiation rites. A young man who sought to join the sect was given hashish until he drifted into dreams.
Hashish.
He awoke to find himself in a fabulous garden with everything he could wish for. The freshest water, the most delicious food, the choicest hash, and the most delectable women imaginable.
Cool. Do you have the address?
I haven't finished the story. There was a price to pay for this taste of paradise.
Wouldn't you just know it?
The young man would wake the next day to find himself back in the real world. He was told that he'd been given a glimpse of the heaven reserved for holy martyrs. A heaven he would enjoy for eternity if he was willing to join the Hashhishian.
It's like a murderous cult. Interesting. I like how George is like, ooh, free hash? Like, I don't know, it's silly. Oh well.
How did the assassins operate?
Well, as I explained, the new recruits would be only too willing to die for the cause. They'd be instructed in the use of the dagger, poisons, and disguise. Then, the Grand Master of the sect would name an enemy of Allah.
And they'd stop at nothing to eliminate that enemy.
You got it. They were fearless and deadly.
Does the cult of the assassins still exist?
Take a look around at the world today. You tell me.
Interesting. So the Hashshashin still exist, but the Templars don't, apparently.
Where was the site of Montfaucon?
To the northeast, near the Canal Saint-Martin, but there's nothing there now. The old gibbet was torn down during the Revolution.
Aww. Well, where does that lead us? Oh well.
Do you recognize this white powder, André?
No.
Does the guy in this photograph look familiar to you?
No.
No. Does this
Take a look at this
this
nose,
nose
Lobineau.
look familiar to you?
It really
No.
doesn't interest me, Georgie.
Aw, Georgie.
What does this tissue mean to you?
Nothing.
No. Although Georgie, ooh, that reminds me of it. Ooh, Georgie.
I'd like to shake you by the hand, André.
Not now,
Do
Georgie.
it! Aw.
What do you make of this tool?
Interesting. Where did you get it?
From a dig in Paris.
Vraiment?
Vraiment?
I didn't realize there were any excavations in progress in the city.
Aha, because that one guy was digging, remember, in the beginning, and he did take it from the dig. That's funny. That's pretty funny.
Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
Alamut is the name of the place where the Hashshashin were based.
Where is it?
What?
Somewhere in what used to be called Persia. I'm not too hot on modern geography, I'm afraid. The most recent map I have shows America as an English colony.
What do you make of this ID card?
Nothing.
Nothing.
That is not
Why
a
is
good
that never
idea.
a good idea to test their pressure?
What do you make of this?
It's the biggest gemstone I've ever seen. Where did you get it?
Ooh, I'll trade you.
From Professor Pegram's messenger boy.
Did Pegram find this on his dig?
Yeah, the site where this was found was a Templar castle. Do you think it could be part of the Templar treasure?
No, I shouldn't think so. You're not one of those crazies who think the Templars still exist, are you?
Well, I try to keep an open mind on the matter.
Interesting.
Thanks for your help, André.
You're welcome.
Huh. Ooh. Look at me, look at how much I know about the Knights Templar. Me. That's funny. I guess he didn't know about the Hashshashin, and I guess he did know about the Hashhishian. He knows about Montfaucon, where I need to head. Huh. Did he actually say where we were supposed to go? I guess we'll find out. Is this it? Oh. I guess I wasn't paying attention. Well, we might as well check out Montfaucon. Ooh. Interesting. Wow. Ooh, sewer. Maybe we can go down there later, but I guess not when the cops
In the middle of
watching.
the square was a manhole.
A manhole.
I wondered if there might be something relevant beneath street level. In French, English, and German it read, "In 1312, Pope Clement V dissolved the knightly order of the Templars and excommunicated its members on charges of heresy. In the following 2 years, many of the knights were hanged on this site.
Wow.
Their Grand Master, Jacques de Molay, was burnt at the stake on an island in the Seine."
Jacques de Molay. Interesting. Does anyone know if this place actually still exists in Paris? That would be pretty cool. Who's this guy?
I once read a list of low-stress jobs. It didn't include police work. Obviously, this guy hadn't read the same list.
What?
Excuse me, officer.
Ooh, look at his eyes.
What do you know about the Knights Templar?
Les Templiers. Only that they were excommunicated in 1312 and hanged in their dozens within this very square.
Boy, what they teach in the police academy these days.
No, monsieur. I read it on that board over there.
Shouldn't you be off directing traffic or something?
Oh my
You
gosh,
have seen
that's
the
so
Parisian
rude.
traffic, no?
Yeah, so?
I could direct the traffic. The most dangerous, the east side of Rome. Or I can sit here and enjoy the sun, the architecture, and the Sauvignon. Which would you choose?
Yeah, but I'm not a policeman. What happened to duty?
An excellent question, monsieur.
Which I'm not going to answer, because I'm going to drink this Sauvignon.
Do you know what this is?
Aha! You Americans with your notorious nose
Nose
candy.
candy.
I read Hollywood Wives. I know all about it.
Oh
If you
my.
tried to sniff this stuff, you'd wall up your nostrils. It's plaster of Paris.
It is. Thank heaven. For one awful moment, I thought I might actually have to arrest somebody. Alors, the paperwork. You have no idea.
That's funny.
Have you seen this man before?
No. Who is it?
I believe him to be an international assassin.
Uh-huh.
Oh! Is that all you can say? Oh!
I did wonder if I should say that I believe you to be an international paranoiac, but it didn't seem polite.
Huh.
Does this red nose mean anything to you?
Aha! A
Prosthetic
prosthetic
nose.
Very significant.
It is?
No, I am just having a little joke.
I like this guy. He's funny.
What do you make of this grease paint stained tissue?
Delightful. Would you like to see some of my used tissues?
This is
Hell no.
gold.
Then please put yours away.
Would you like to shake? I stopped myself barely in
Oh
time.
my God.
Electrocuting a cop would not have been smart. They'd rebuild the Bastille just so they could throw me in and throw away the key.
Huh. Would you like me to shake or what?
Do you know what this is?
It's a sewer key.
Oh, smart guy.
Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
The pattern looks Middle Eastern.
Pretty smart right there.
Take a look at this.
Ah, an electrician.
What do you think of this?
A blood pressure sleeve.
He's spot right on the money. Should we show him this?
Look at this gem. What do you think?
Cut glass.
No, it's not. It's for real.
What kind of madman would go around waving a priceless gem under people's noses?
So either it's glass or I'm mad? I didn't like to think about that for too long. I'll see you around.
Oui, monsieur. I'll be there.
Did he say I'll be here? But then he... okay. I just want to see what he says if we do this.
Hey, you. What do you think you're doing?
Oh!
Leave that cover alone. Now,
Oops.
Sorry, no harm intended.
you stay away from that.
Oh wow, he's pretty strict. There's like 2 entrances. Does it matter which one we go up? Guess not. Ooh, sarcophagus. Ooh. Oh, I thought we could check that out.
A row of old pews, beautifully carved and glowing with polish. I thought of all the people who must have sat here over the decades. All those Parisian derrieres, the buttocks of the young ladies,
Oh my
the
goodness.
flabby flesh of the old men. That wasn't a pleasing image, so I went back to the young ladies. Whoa!
Whoa, what? The young ladies?
I didn't have time to sit around.
How come we can't look at... Well, I guess we can look at this one. Huh. Ooh. It reminds me of the Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade
A knight,
guy.
there in the company of his fellows. Biblical references engraved into the tomb edge to guide his way to the next world. I guess.
Interesting. Even his crotch is glowing.
I didn't recognize the biblical story in it. I was a Sunday school dropout.
Aww. Could be important. It's knights and lawn person.
A stone knight lay in full stone armor, blank eyes looking at the ceiling. Carrying all that armor around must have been hard work. A stone knight lay at the end of a row of 4. I wondered if this guy had died in combat.
Interesting.
In comparison to its neighbor, it looked pretty plain.
Yeah, that's strange. It's just white or regular glass. I mean, you could see the trees out there. I've never seen a cathedral like that. That's weird.
A statue of a knight holding a staff and a scroll. The statue had any secrets. It was concealing them pretty well. On the end of the staff was some kind of disc with a cross on it. Around the base of the disc was a hairline crack.
A hairline crack? Huh. Oh, that's interesting.
Well, I could have just taken the end off the staff, but I wanted to be sure what I'd be getting out of vandalizing a church. Other than deported.
Oh, okay.
A scroll was a symbol of scholarship. I knew that much. A scholarly knight. That rang a bell. A very Spanish bell.
Spanish bell?
I could see that what had at first seemed to be a fine engraved chasing on the scroll was actually writing. Per disciplinum meum lux videbus. Sounds pretty familiar to me.
Is that from my teachings? You will be enlightened? Is there anything else to do?
On the end of the staff. Per disciplinum. A bit of a stained glass window. Wow! Hoping for a big insight while squinting through a hunk of statuary had been pretty optimistic, I guess.
Well, that's interesting.
I didn't
Okay. Well, that's it. Nothing else? Maybe we have to go in the sewer, but he's still sitting there. Yeah, I mean, nothing else we could do, I guess. Can't leave Paris. Talk to Nico? I don't know. Interesting.
Hello, Georges.
Oh, yes.
Oh, by the way, I had a visit from André Lobineau.
Oh,
yeah.
Yay.
I hope you didn't mind me giving him your address.
Not at all. It was lovely to see him again. He was over the moon when I showed him the manuscript. It's not often he gets that excited. He made a sketch of the knight's crest to take back to the museum. I believe he's identified the family who bear that crest.
I sure hope so.
Do you think the assassin was responsible for killing Marquet?
I don't think so. He could have finished him off the first time. Besides, Marquet would have recognized...
He was pumped to the gill. He wouldn't have wrecked. I'd better get back to the quest.
So I guess talk to Lobineau? Find out who the crest belongs to.
Hi, André.
Hello, Georgie. Hey, I visited Nicole's apartment.
Yeah, she told me you came by.
Ooh, quite a fine Georgie boy. I didn't expect anything quite so sexy.
I hope you're referring to the manuscript.
Oui, of course.
What did you make of the manuscript?
It dates from the time of the Crusades.
We guessed that from the Templar seal.
It's a story and pictures like a modern-day comic book.
What else?
What story does the manuscript tell?
I don't know. It was probably produced for the tourist market.
Tourists?
Oh, oui, pilgrims in their thousands on their way to Jerusalem. The tourist trade is nothing new, you know. It's been around for centuries. Ever since Joshua made a packet selling souvenir bricks from the walls of Jericho.
I somehow doubt it's just a tourist manuscript.
Have you deciphered any of the images on the manuscript?
There's very little I can be sure about. The slang of the bull could be a reference to Mithras,
Who's he?
a Persian god, almost as popular as Christ at one time.
What?
The only thing I can be sure of is the knight. He's Spanish.
How can you tell that?
The writing on the shield, the reference to Ave Maria. No self-respecting knight from Northern Europe would have borne a coat of arms like that.
Can you identify the knight's coat of arms?
I already did, Georgie. He's a member of the De Vasconcelos family from the Costa Calida.
Oh.
Were they famous?
No, they're not mentioned after the 15th century.
Oh.
The spotlight of history moved on. They're probably long dead.
Aw.
Thanks for your help, Andre.
You're welcome.
Well, that didn't help at all. Should we go back to Nico and say, what a jerk? Well, I guess
Hello,
he did
George.
give us the name.
Is there something going on between you and Lobineau?
What business is it of yours? We agreed all this. The clown, the Templars, strictly business, remember?
Yeah, but
So get off my case.
Oh, don't know how to talk to a woman, George.
Let's take another...
What should? Oh, this is the Spanish knight.
A knight with a crystal ball. The knight's scroll bears a phrase in Latin. Through my teachings, you will be enlightened.
And this is Mithras, I guess.
There's a guy with a sword and a bull. Between them is a gem supported by a tripod. There's a guy working on a loop.
Yeah. Oh.
There's a woman looking at her reflection in a mirror, but the reflection...
just how long have you known Lobineau?
André? We met at college. He helped me out when I was a fresh air. Showed me around, that sort of thing.
You never told me that before. I thought he was just a working acquaintance.
So he is.
Oh,
I rarely
right.
see him these days. You know, he hasn't changed much. A little lesser at the front, perhaps. I'd forgotten how much fun he could be.
Aw, don't be jealous, Georgie. Don't be jealous.
Do you think the assassin...
I don't think. Besides,
He was he...
Wow, they really want us
I'd
to...
better get back to the...
Okay. Well, what was... I mean... Oh! Okay, so... I guess we can just go to Spain. Huh. Okay. Well, maybe that's what we'll do in the next episode. Alright guys, well thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and see you next time. Bye.